इसकी एक और जुगाड़ है, जब जरूरत ना हो तो उसके आगे हम कुछ रखते नहीं, नॉट अ गुड आइडिया। ये रख लो, अभी जरूरत है, यूज दिस। Okay, live streaming is started, which means that it is time for our Sergeant at Arms to take the stage. Who's not here, but anyhow. Okay, welcome everyone to the 1123rd meeting of Karachi Toastmasters Club. Thank you all for making it here. Today also promises to be a very special meeting. But at KTC, we have a couple of ground rules. The first is that we avoid talking about sex, religion, and politics. That means that it does not mean that a mature discussion cannot take place, but debate and controversial topics and saying or doing anything to encourage the marginalization of any person or individual is not encouraged. And that's what makes the Karachi Toastmasters Club and many other Toastmasters Club around the world that follow the same philosophy a very safe space for personal growth. The second protocol is that we keep ourselves silent, we keep ourselves on mute, and that is equally applicable to Zoom participants and in-person participants. I wish there was a mute button for in-person participants. Soon we'll have that. Unless it's our turn to speak, we try to keep our cameras on, but if for some reason we do not want to show ourselves or we are facing technical difficulties, then we are free to turn off our cameras. Someone recently also said in a club in the United States that when they were asked to turn on the camera, she is a lady and she said, "How dare you ask me to turn on my camera without my consent?" So make whatever you will of this. But I think this is getting absurd now. I tried to tell her, and failing to do so, that when you come into the Toastmasters meeting, you are showing yourself. And when you join a Zoom meeting, and when you're asked to turn on your video, that means that if you don't want to turn on your video, you're free not to do so. So where's consent in this? But needless to say, she did not understand. She not only kept her video off, but a few minutes later left the meeting. Thankfully, this poison seed was not spread among other participants who have thinking brains and who know that when you come into a Toastmasters meeting, unless you let us know otherwise, you commit to show your face and let your voice be heard. So conveniently, I'm also the president. So that means that I don't have to give the stage to myself. You can save some time. So we have a few very special guests today, and I would like two of them to come on the stage. Not Latif, not you, but your far more valuable family members. Toastmasters Zara, please come on the stage and introduce yourself.
Thank you, President D.K. Talha. I'm Zara Latif, presently located in Karachi, and previous president of Karachi, VP Education of Karachi. I'm not enrolled presently in any of the club, but inshallah soon we will be doing so. Thank you, and very nice to be here. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Mar. I'm DM Latif's son, and I'm studying in IBA, doing my bachelor's. And this is one of the few meetings I've attended because my father forced me to. And I hope I enjoy it. Thank you.
Okay, so we have a very special guest online. He is one of our area directors, Toastmaster Salman Hussain. Would you like to introduce yourself? Is Salman audible? No, wait. No. I think Salman, a bit. Yes, we can hear you a bit. Can you try again?
Am I audible now?
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Okay, thank you so much, DTM Talhabin Hamid, for such a warm welcome. My name is Salman Hussain. I'm one of the Toastmasters at Rawalpindi Toastmasters Club. And as just DTM Talhab mentioned, I'm also area ed director with additional responsibilities. So that's it. Thank you very much.
Great. And to Toastmaster Imran Rana and Toastmaster Fahim Razak, who are logged into this meeting, I would like to once again mention that look at Toastmaster Latif, he's come here from Kuwait. So, all right. So, without further ado, it's time to hand over the charge to our Toastmaster today. Toastmaster today is a very special member of Karachi Toastmasters Club. He is extremely loyal, he is very committed, and he has shown phenomenal personal growth over the course of his stay with Karachi Toastmasters Club, to the extent that after years of trying, mashallah, he placed on the podium at our National Public Speaking Championship. So, and let me also remind that at that point in time, I was the VP Education of Karachi Toastmasters. And let me also just, by the way, remind that the top two finishers also belong to the club, of which I was the VP Education. But again, that's not relevant here, right? So let's move forward and let's welcome all the way from Kuwait, Toastmaster Latif.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. It's an honor to be the Toastmaster of the day for Karachi Toastmasters Club. Those who know me, I am Toastmaster Latif. Those who does not know, I am Toastmaster Latif. Today's theme, which I wanted to explore, was about thoughtfully and wisely. Or in simple words, turn your living into an intentional living. So why thoughtfully? Thoughtfully is because each and every step of yours, if you don't think and react to the situation with your colleagues, with your relations, with your atmosphere, you just invite unpleasant situation. And if you take a pause, thoughtfully think about what you want to say, how to react, you might solve many of the problems and may not face any unpleasant situations. I remember in Saudi Arabia, when you are driving, of course they are left side, so there is a roundabout. Before the roundabout, on the left-hand side of the driver, you will see a stop sign. What happens? The driver has to stop, look if there is no car on the left, going towards in the circle of the roundabout, and then move ahead and enter the roundabout. If there is a car, allow them. Many places you will not see these kind of things. But what it teaches us, stop before you act, before you move forward. Now, if I'm saying a good decision, which is thoughtfully taken, how profound it will be if you add a wisdom. Wisdom is always comes from your experience. Success or a failure, you gain something from that. And with that experience, you take a wise decision to move ahead. And that wise decision does not help you for this particular moment, it helps for each generation. Now, if you live or make a decision thoughtfully and wisely, it will be an immense difference, not only to your life, but generations to come. As Toastmasters, we have 3 sessions. First is the prepared speech session, second is table topic, and third following is the general evaluation. Let's move forward and I will explain you what are the roles headed by the auxiliaries roles, which we call it over here. Timer will be distinguished Toastmaster Talha bin Hamid. Of course, you know how the timing turns. It has a minimum of green when you turn to a little extension, which is yellow, and red is when you have to wrap up your speech. You will have 30 seconds plus minus, but make sure it does not exceed that. Our listener today is our VP Education, Toastmaster Shahzeb Iqbal. Our counter is our club secretary and Toastmaster Arfa Tabassum. She will be notifying us how many ahs and ums, how many filler words we have used. And I'm really very much familiar how her listening roles are. Vote counter will be decided by the Zoom poll, I believe. Last but not the least, I have to invite two of the role players. Grammarian of today, Toastmaster Sela Hamid. He will introduce her role and the word of the day.
He's also the joke master. So he can
Joke master?
Yeah, Sela.
So he will share with you the word of the day and the joke. Over to you.
Good evening, all the Toastmasters. The word of the day is prudent. Prudent means wise, well judged. If you take it in a sentence that my aunt, the prudent investment of my aunt made her, utilize her retire after the retirement. She utilized it in a prudent way, and prudent investment, you can say, very well wise and well judged. Anyways, the second thing is that being a grammarian, I'll be noticing all the incomplete words, vocabulary, and the pronunciation. And the other role, the joke master, I would like to share one joke. I hope it will bring a smile to your face. The joke was like that with the teacher and the student. Teacher asked the student, "Why are you late?" The student said, "Teacher, there was a man who lost his $100. So the teacher said, "That's really nice. You were helping him to find it out?" "No, I was just standing on that road." Okay. Another. What is the longest word in the English language? Any idea? What is the longest word in the English language?
Supercalifragilistic.
Okay, let me tell you guys. Smiles. Because there is a mile between its first and the last letter.
Wow.
So keep on smiling. When we smile, we use 5 to 53 facial muscles, which increase our blood circulation of the face. And smile is contagious, just like yawning. When there is somebody yawning just beside you, involuntarily you will feel like to yawn. So the same way, if somebody is smiling, you will smile the same way, and it increases your immune system as well. And the third thing is that it reduces stress. So keep on smiling; it will add on well. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Sela. How well or how proud a Toastmaster of the day will be if the word of the day is just apt with the theme. As we said, prudent. Prudent is not about anything which is being spent lavishly. Prudent is something which you spent wisely and to the beat. If we are making a thoughtful decision and a wise decision, it is all prudently accumulated for the future. Now, let's move ahead with the, I can see some sleeping in. It's okay. Am I that bored? That bored. Okay, so let us invite our first speaker. I don't know why he has not yet started as distinguished Toastmaster. Toastmaster Mohammed Asghar. His speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster Majid Akhtar. May I invite Toastmaster Majid Akhtar?
No, don't.
No need.
Just introduce the project.
Okay.
Sorry, Majid, it's nothing personal.
Okay.
It's an interview.
Okay. Great.
So you just, yeah.
So let's set up the stage.
Yeah, so it's an interview project, so Toastmaster Fiza will be.
You need to have both the screens, right?
I think it's all right. So okay. Because Fiza will be visible sitting on the stage and Asghar will be online. So, yeah.
You want the mic?
I have my own flag.
Okay, so let us invite Toastmaster Mohammed Asghar. His speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster Majid Akhtar. Toastmaster Mohammed Asghar is embarking on pathway engaging humor. This is his elective, I believe, project, which is to prepare for an interview. He's not familiar with the, what we call sense of humor. So I'm not sure that how the interviewer will feel taking this interview. Speech title, Presenting Yourself. Presenting Yourself, Toastmaster Mohammed Asghar.
Toastmasters and fellow guests, I am supposed to interview DTM
Toastmaster.
Asghar.
She cannot hear. He can.
Wait. Okay, wait.
Okay, let's stand.
No, it's all right. Let me change. Okay, Fiza, now try speaking and see if.
Am I audible and visible, sir? Okay. I'm supposed to interview TM Asghar, and it's an interview between me and it's a project about the interview, and he has 7 minutes. And for that, I have some questions for him. So I'll start with TM Asghar. Let's begin from the beginning. I heard that you were saying that you are working on public sector. What is public sector and what is the difference between public and a private sector?
Thank you. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Fiza. Some apparently simple questions happen to be the difficult one when it comes to responding them. So thank you for the prudent way of asking a very simple query. Let me try. At the very basic level, public sector aims to provide essential services, security, health, education, cleanliness, etc. This service usually provided by the government. When we said public, it means government and public policy. When we say public sector, it means we are talking about the government department, ministries, and the ministry. While private sector focuses on innovation, competition, and profit maximization. Public sector, the example of public sector is in Karachi is Jinnah Hospital, post offices, police thana, passport office, while public sector is your bank. to earn the profit for itself by using your services. Now, private sector is, of course, a non-government body, but nevertheless, it has to walk obediently under the deep shadow of the government. Your bank, for example, can't ignore the direction coming from the state bank. Similarly, DTM Tala's organization has to follow under the Company Act of 1917 and guideline framed by the Exchange Commission of Pakistan. That is how I can attempt this initial question.
I wish it was my bank, sir. It's not my bank. Our second question is, what sector has more value or benefits, public or private sector?
Oh, um, theoretically speaking, both sectors are equally important and must go hand in hand, as only one sector cannot lead a country or a state. Practically speaking, in South Asia, due to absence of private sector in a larger scale, the footprint of public sector can be found anywhere. Due to its influence, power, overbearing, this sector has gained more importance as compared to the private sector because the people who are working public sector think somehow that they are influential, powerful. But let me add over here, there are exceptions. Some people want to showcase their talent and can learn money because of their competency and skills. They leave public sector and join private sector. If you want to believe me, then ask Toastmaster Shahrukh for confirmation if he is here. Or please ask him if he joins us later on. On the other hand, there are, of course, people, I don't want to name them, who think that they don't have any skill except taking refuge in public sector and spend as remaining active here. They never confess it publicly, but I know some of them. So it is somewhat a precarious balance we have to strike. That is how I can attempt this question over here.
Thank you, sir. Sir, as a citizen of this country and the one who's inspiring for a good job, especially for a person like me, what should I do? Should I adopt for private sector or personal or public sector? Private sector, public sector.
Well, I wanted to be a consultant. In fact, I tried once to establish an office and guide people where to go for work. Unfortunately, it didn't work back then, but I'm seriously thinking about it. Coming to your question, I think to put it very frankly, public sector jobs are harder to get. There are many reasons, some of them political, a subject we are not supposed to touch. But a prudent way is to see yourself in private sector. As Shahrukh exam are competent, you can perform better in private sector. So the direct and precise answer is go for public sector, but never forget about your continued learning and growth so that you can show, so that you can earn a name for yourself in that sector. That is how I attempt this question.
Do you think there's a difference between
Over
a
to you.
classification? Yes. Sir, do you think there's a classification or a difference that exists everywhere in the world between public and a private sector?
Oh, yes, it does. And it's a huge one. Both sectors are existing simultaneously everywhere, but certain part of the world brought a radical change, especially Central Europe. And over there, both sectors are performing very well in their own sphere. For example, in European countries, this public sector considerably reduced into bare minimum, and public sector nowadays over there, uh, such as in UK, Canada, and it is not that and it is not that they are wise or their statements are better than ours. I think it is something to do with the dynamics of the overall society, the industrialization and the presence of robust private sector is dominating everywhere and pushing the public sector into margins. Uh, Hunting talent throughout the world and expanding day by day. I think this brought the public sector even in defensive in those countries. However, there are certain countries with certain ideologies, with the centralized economic system. They perhaps don't want private sector to enter, but the private sector is so inevitable that they themselves trying to create their own private sector. They called them private sector, but they are in fact the B team of that state. At least I observed in many states doing this, attitude. China perhaps is one of China has private sector of the Chinese government rather than acting independently. So coming to your question, the dichotomy or the classification is there, but there are a whole sort of difference between our public sector and private sector and theirs.
Thank you, TM Askar, for this enlightening interview. Now this interview came to end. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Fiza, for your time, and thank you, Toastmasters. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohammed Asghar and Toastmaster Fiza. Let us invite our second speaker, Toastmaster Shahzad Iqbal. He's embarking on his Pathway Dynamic Leadership elective project is also inspire your audience. And in this project, it is what the project says. You have to prepare for a speech which motivates, which inspire the audience.
Shahzeb, are you there?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So his speech will be evaluated by yours truly, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali.
Yeah.
Okay. Toastmaster Shahzad Iqbal, understand the why. Understand the why, Toastmaster Shahzad Iqbal. Over to you. Thank you.
Sorry, Shahzad, you're not audible. No, still not, still not. I think you'll need to remove the device.
Okay, am I audible now?
Yes, perfectly audible.
Thank you. Can I start?
Yes, absolutely. Go ahead.
Did you know that 70% of conflicts in the world arise from simple misunderstanding? And I'm not talking about just the workplaces. Every interaction we make with our family, with our friends, or even with the strangers, we are too quick to make a judgment based on what we see without knowing the story behind it. But have you ever tried to understand and ask the why before making the judgment? Just with that one question, one moment of real listening, you can change everything. Mr. Toastmaster of the day,
And my dear fellows of KTC, give me an honest answer. Is there someone in your life whose marriage did not happen because of you? Raise your hand.
Yes, my brother. He learned from my.
Thank you. It's mean I'm not alone at that sin. So there was one in my life too. She was waiting for me, and I married to someone else. Now imagine this. When I married, then I was praying for her to find someone better than me, which frankly would not be hard. And then the time came when God listened to my prayers. Finally, she agreed to marry with a handsome boy. Yes, he was a handsome boy. He was like a 3D poster boy. And can you people guess how I was feeling at that moment? Happy or guilty?
Mamu.
Okay.
Happy.
For me, it was like eating my favorite dessert, but with a spoonful of regret on the side. I was happy for her, but at the same time, I was feeling guilty. I was not even ready to face the bride, but I had to attend the wedding. So there I was, dressed up, going towards the wedding hall, rehearsing my beautiful smiles. I reached there, and while crossing the road to enter to the banquet hall, suddenly a car came, sped by, and drenched my suit with the rainwater. I stood there stunned, and before I could stop myself, I muttered, "Are you blind?" And the car stopped, reversed, and pulled up beside me. I was ready for the fight. I was expected an argument, but instead, the guy from the car desperately asked me, "Hey, which road led to the hospital, the first right or the second?" I took a pause. And then the guy from the car pointed to the next seat and said, "Well, my son is unconscious." I was taken aback, but my reflexes kicked in and I pointed to the first right. The car disappeared in a moment. But those two words, "my son is unconscious," shook my core. In that instant, everything shifted. My guilt, my worries, even my soaked suit, they all seem so small. And that's when I realized the why, the reason behind every action. Few days later, I had a situation with my office assistant. He was messing up details, not completing the task I had given to him. And at the same time, I was getting frustrated with him, even a bit harsh with him. But then I remember that father's desperation. And I thought that maybe there is a reason behind his action. So I decided to talk to my assistant. And I asked him. He was speaking quietly, but I heard enough. His mother was ill, was sick, and he was managing the hospital visits along with his work. So it was clear that he was struggling because of his mother, not because of his laziness. And this understanding shifted my perspective. Instead of focusing on his mistakes, I started supporting him. And he did not just improve at his work, he thrived. You see, sometimes the struggles we see on the surface are only half the story. Once we know the why, the reason, our entire approach changes. Ladies and gentlemen, our life is like a spider web, strong yet delicate, yet fragile. But that fragility is not a curse, it's a gift. It's a reminder to look beyond the surface, to seek out the reasons, and to respond with understanding rather than judgment. So don't wait for a crisis or a drenched suit to realize what really matters. Every one of us has a story, a reason behind our action. Take the time to understand. Be the one who listens, because at the end, the beauty of life is not just in the moments of happiness or guilt, it is in the compassion we show when we truly understand each other. So let's know the reasons, let's understand the why, and together we can change the way we see the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shazif. Let us invite our third speaker. He knew that I'm in Karachi. Toastmaster Karim Meghani. He is embarking on his pathway engaging humor. His speech will be.
Is the last speech.
Okay. For just this particular moment, because Toastmaster Mohammed Bilal is our Urdu speech champion also, right? Finalist, one of the finalists, right? Urdu speech Tech champion. Finalist. Okay. So, Mohammed Bilal, I will request you to just introduce yourself first, and then for sure I will use this podium to call Toastmaster Karim. Just introduce yourself.
Yes. Thank you so much, dear fellow Toastmasters and Karachi Toastmaster Club members. I was so excited when I came to know from Toastmaster Zaid Gadia that today we are going to have Karachi Toastmasters Club meet. So I was so excited. My name is Mohammed Bilal. I'm working as a CEO in a medicine solution, and recently I served as the president in the Islamabad Toastmaster Club. So it's a great pleasure to be here and to have such great experience and great interaction. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bilal. We also have our PQD.
District
Director.
Come on.
Life moves forward so fast. So we have our district director also. I welcome you to the club. Sorry, I welcome to your own club. Okay, let's move forward. And I don't like the speaker keep waiting. Toastmaster Karim Meghani is embarking on pathway engaging humor. This is his final project, which is Reflect on the Path. Speech titled Finally Achieved. His speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster Mohammed Bilal. Timer, please note, speech length is from 10 to 12 minutes. Karim Meghani, 10 green, 11 yellow, 12 red. And I know you don't care about timings. Toastmaster Karim Meghani, finally achieved. Finally achieved, Toastmaster Karim Meghani.
Thank you, TM Latif. It was a pleasure to have you introduce me. You guys can hear me?
Yes.
Okay. August 2022. I was on my peak of my Toastmaster journey. It's just like last 2 years, 2022. And I was in such a speed in Toastmaster that was my 4 pathways finished and a new pathway started because one of my mentors in KTC, TM Imran Rana, told me, why don't you bring humor? Take the humorous pathway and you can do it because it will improve your skills how to be humorous in your speech. Toastmaster of the day, dear Toastmaster and distinguished guest. Yes, in August 2022, I started this pathway called engaging humor. How the time fly. It was such a journey. And 2022, the speed was like this. August, 1 level, September, 2nd level. And it really, by December, I was done with the 4th level of 2022. 1 year and almost 9 months. And I am again back to the same pathway with the level 5 and reflecting my path. What a journey, yes? And that happens when your journey tells you something. There are hiccups, there are challenges, but how you work with these hiccups. And one of the hiccup is that, what you are doing right? Are you enjoying that journey? Why you wanted to do that? You know what happened when I started with engaging humor? I did a speech, I think it was a tall tale contest, and I talked about a journey about food. And I said that, how we used to prepare for our exams when we have peanuts and anda burger and anda soup and biryani and nihari and chicken tikka. And these all were part of our journey when I was used to prepare for the exams. And people at the house have a laughter because they listen to these names with me, the food items, and everybody start laughing that, how you can bring that food on this speech. And then people start laughing, enjoying, and they told me, you can go for engaging humor pathway because you can work on it. You are fantastic on it. And it started the journey. The first 4 level, as I told you, in 4 months, I had so many speeches. Did a panel discussion in level 3. In level 4, also, I had an interaction with a networking thing, how to make social media presence. And I made some videos and I presented to the club. That whole journey was going really well. But what happened after December? December, this is the contest time in our Toastmaster journeys. Usually, every club is preparing for contest and people from different clubs are coming together. Let's have a contest together, a speech contest, tall tale contest, and table topics and evaluation. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to make you sad about it, but that made a change in my life. When that contest happened, I'm sharing an honest story. I was winning club contests. Even I reached to the district level. But that journey really pushed me something. It triggered something in my heart. What I'm doing, I'm achieving something. I'm making people laugh. I'm having a wonderful time as a Toastmaster. But what I am missing there? This competition environment make a feeling in me that, I am where I am. I felt lost. And I'm telling you, honestly, the 2023, the time where I took a sabbatical, I took a long break. And I want to be prudent about my health at that time. All this time, I reflected on my Toastmaster journey. why I joined Toastmasters, what I wanted to achieve in Toastmasters, why I want to do certain pathways. You are registered with 3 clubs, you are enjoying, you are delivering speeches, you are preparing it, but are you really learning something? Are you really reflecting on what you've been presented to you from this beautiful and wonderful platform? I thought, and my reflection told me that I was too fast for doing things at that time. The whole year, I just thought that, I have this 2 speeches left in this pathway, 1 or 2 speeches left in this pathway, and then, there are new pathways which I wanted to start. And that whole thinking came, and I took a break. I told myself, no, I want to prepare my content. I want to do justice to my speeches and to plan it properly. Contest is good, but the whole way of doing it, sometimes many people really enjoys that competitive environment to go step by step to the highest level. Everybody want to become the international champion, but somewhere we feel that kind of negative energy, unfortunately, which we should avoid. So one of the reflection I wanted to tell today to my audience is that, the Toastmaster speeches and working on this pathway, it's a blessing in it. Meeting all these people around this table, I can tell my mentors who helped me all these years, who are sitting right now, DTM Talha bin Hamid, Imran Rana, TM Mohammad Asghar, I always enjoy the laugh of him with Toastmasters. And I'm glad to have these people. Latif Mansoor Ali, who brought me to this club, to this journey of Toastmasters. Why I am not enjoying that network of people? Why I am not having my fun of my life by learning from them? Sorry if I miss anybody's name. But there are so many good people here around which I never knew before Toastmasters. And I have the reflection that these people are this family, it's a Toastmaster family, which I need to feel blessed about. That was my first reflection of my Toastmaster journey, of this pathway. The second reflection which I want to share with my audience today, when you are taking engaging humor, today I become too serious. But when you are taking this thing, there are very simple things of creating humor. Just be happy when you are delivering your speeches. And you will bring a lot of energy to your speeches. All this journey of this level, my second reflection was, enjoy that journey. Every speech, learn it properly, read properly, prepare properly, practice it properly, and then come to the stage with a very relaxed attitude that I have everything. Your speeches will be funny. People will love your speeches. And that only can come when you are doing it honestly. A beautiful smile, a calm heart, your message will be conveyed. The third reflection which I did with this journey was also that how Toastmasters can contribute to the society also. How your messages can be part of a larger message to be helping people, not only Toastmaster, but outside Toastmasters. Every pathway have a potential that you can learn it and you can bring that part to the society. TM Asghar was talking about government sector in the last interview what he did. how Toastmasters can bring change into that particular part, the challenges you said. And engaging humor, how you can bring that smile back to the people who are working around you. This pathway can teach you that. That is my third reflection of any pathway. And if I'm learning leadership, if I'm learning visionary communication, every pathway have that particular parts that points are available that can be utilized to help the society, help the people around you. What I started, I'm not saying that it is the right or wrong thing. After reflecting on all my paths and my subjects, I'm bringing to my staff also. In my team meetings, I bring the subjects there, talk to them, inform them, give them that kind of learning they want from me. And I'm really enjoying that. So Toastmasters and these pathways, this reflection change me. And that's the message I want to tell you today. After this last speech of this pathway, I am thinking to embark a new pathway tonight, because that Toastmaster teach me that this is one step, now move to the next steps. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
I'm just changing the projector display from this to that. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Karim, for enlightening what a marvelous or a reflective journey you have witnessed for this first 3 and 4 pathways, and then the gap of 1.5 years where you reflected many of the beautiful things which Toastmaster delivers. Let us move ahead and invite our 4th speaker, distinguished Toastmaster Irfan Farooqi. Before that, I will just request our district director to just come on stage and
Introduce himself.
share a few thoughts of Toastmasters and enlighten us with our junior people also here. Some junior members are also here. Good luck.
Today, I would like to announce I'm forgiving him. Mention me PQD, and I don't want to serve as a PQD for the third time. So, truly honored that Indian past president of Islamabad Toastmasters Club, which is one of the biggest club in our country, is here, and he asked me how many meetings we have in Karachi today. So I mentioned him 2 names, and he picked Karachi Toastmasters Club. And it's my honor that he's here, and due to him, I'm here. So Karachi Toastmasters Club is one of the pioneers of Pakistan, and we look forward to Karachi Toastmasters Club every time. And it has produced many good speakers. Some of them are here and some of them are not here. We need to bring them back as well. So looking forward to the meeting.
Thank you. District Director, and full of gratitude to the club. Thank you very much. Really, it's an honor to have you at the club. Let us move ahead with our 4th speaker, distinguished Toastmaster Irfan Farooqi. He's very good. He's embarking on his pathway project, team collaboration level 1. This is project 4. Let's speech on the project 4. I don't know which.
No, it's project 4. I think it is.
Level 4 first speech or project 4 first speech?
No. It's actually evaluation and feedback first speech.
Okay, so this is his level 1 evaluation and feedback is also not there in the team market. Okay, anyway. So, District Director, you know the path, you know the project, you know the details. His speech will be evaluated by our District Director, ATM. Zaid Kalia.
Oh God.
Speech title, Not My Shoes. Not My Shoes, distinguished Toastmaster Irfan Farooqi. Over to you.
Thank you very much, my dear friends. First thing, I want to say sorry that due to a technical problem with my laptop, I'm unable to stand and communicate. I have to remain close to my laptop. And that's why I'm not standing here as I used to deliver my speech in a standing position. I want to share a few glimpses of my life. And let me start it from the time when I was a child. Life seemed very simple. The only real concerns in my life were deciding whether I should have a vanilla ice cream or a chocolate ice cream. These were the very difficult tasks that I had to, decisions that I had to take. Or I had to figure out how to avoid homework. But something kept throwing a wrench into my carefree existence. Other people's shoes. Fellow Toastmasters, do you remember when as a child, when you were a child, you would have walked into your parents' shoes? How was that experience? How was that experience? Dear friends, from a young age, I was constantly told to walk in someone else's shoes. And these weren't ordinary shoes, mind you. They were magical, successful shoes. At first, it was my neighbor. He was the smartest kid in the class. Those are the shoes to wear, they said. So I put all my attention to academics. Suddenly, I was supposed to be a genius overnight, solving math problems with the ease of a calculator. Spoiling alert, I was more like a broken calculator, always getting the wrong answers. Before I had even repaired my calculator, along came my cousin's shoes. He was great at sports and had come from Rawalpindi to participate in a game. Be like him, they said. So I threw myself into athletics, only to realize that my coordination was, let me say, questionable. I could trip on the air and make it look like I meant to do it. It was intentional. This is my style. But it didn't stop there. One day, it was my uncle's business shoes I was supposed to try on. Another day, it was my friend's artistic flair that I needed to copy. At one point, they even tried to make me wear the shoes of a violinist child who had come to our family and was very good at playing violin. And I was asked, if he can do it, why can't you do it? Let me tell you, this child's shoes was a shoe that hurt a lot. The problem wasn't just the shoes. It was no one seemed to agree on which shoe should I wear. The ideal was always changing, like trying to find a needle in a pile of shoes. And none of them was of my size. One day, I was supposed to be the next sports star. And the next, I was destined to be a scientist. With every new suggestion, I would drop whatever I was doing and try on the next pair of shoes, like some kind of confused Cinderella. Years went by, and I was still in a constant cycle of trying different shoes. And let me tell you, I never got comfortable. The problem was none of those shoes were mine. They never fit. They were always too tight, too big, or just downright uncomfortable. I didn't have time to figure out who I was because I was too busy chasing everyone else's version of success. As I grew older, it became clear I was so focused on walking someone else's shoes that I never stopped to think about finding my own. I was living someone else's life, chasing someone else's goals and dreams. And all I had to show for it was a lifetime of sore feet. And then one day, I had an epiphany. Maybe the problem wasn't me. It was the shoes. Maybe the solution was not to keep trying on everyone else's shoes, but to find my own and make them fit. After all, no one walks exactly the same path. So why should we all wear the same shoes? So I decided to take a prudent decision to ditch everyone else's footwear. I threw out the uncomfortable shoes of forced success and took a good long my own two fade shoes. For the first time, I thought, why do I want to be like everyone else? What do I want to be for myself? What kind of shoe fits to me? And that is when I decided that no one can walk my way. I have to walk my own way. And I decided that I should be myself and be thyself and don't waste time on others. Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Irfan Faruqi, for a wonderful speech. This ends our first session of the prepared speech session. Let's invite timer to just check if all the speakers are qualified.
All except one. Toastmaster Asghar unfortunately exceeded his time for the night.
We never showed him the.
Sorry?
We never showed him the colors.
Yeah, actually, yeah. So that's why, first of all, there were a lot of technical disruptions as well. And we showed the.
Toastmaster Asghar, I'm on your side.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah. As president, as president, I agree with you. And we.
Okay, so all our speakers are qualified. I hereby request the distinguished Toastmaster Talabat Hamid to float the vote. And I just would want to end up our today's theme and then hand over this our wonderful session of our meeting towards the table topic speaker. When we drive about thinking thoughtfully and wisely, there are four things which, if we indulge in ourselves, it will help us to improve. First and foremost, we have to practice mindfulness. Whatever we do, we have to be a little bit of mindfulness. We just don't have to react. Seek diverse perspectives. This is also a second way of thinking what other options we have. Is it only one way to just. Third is reflect regularly. These are the three things which I feel we don't need much of the explanation. But the fourth, which is very much close to my heart, it is align your actions with values. And this is where I say the wisdom comes into adding up with the thoughtfulness. So I just had a note of it. take the time to identify your core values and ensure that your actions align with them. When your decisions reflect our true selves, we experience greater fulfillment and purpose. With this, I think the floats would.
Yeah.
Okay, so voting has been floated, and hereby I invite my mentors and many others' mentors and many years to come in this Toastmaster International. I believe one and only distinguished Toastmaster Talab bin Hamid to take over for this table topic sessions. Big round of applause.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Latif. So today's table topic will be all about the theme and the word of the day. It will be kind of a debate, but the table topics speakers will be given a topic that is actually an idiom or adverb, idiom or a saying on either of the two topics, whether it is good to be fast or whether it is good to be slow. So I would like to open with our online participant, Toastmaster Salman Hussain. Toastmaster Salman, are you there? Yeah. So Toastmaster Salman, you have to speak on good things come to those who wait. Good things come to those who wait. Did you catch that?
Yeah.
So that's your topic.
Thank you so much, DTM Talha, for giving me such a wonderful topic. Ladies and gentlemen, our life is full of highs and lows, ups and downs. It's just like a roller coaster. 3 years back, I was struggling with myself to come out of my shell because I had got a shell around me. So after a while, I break it and then move forward because I had a dream and I had a goal to become a public speaker. One of my friends came to me and asked me, why not you join Toastmasters? At that time, Toastmasters was just like a new thing for me, that what is Toastmasters? Out of my curiosity, I went to one of the Toastmasters in Islamabad for the first time. It was an amazing experience for me to be with amazing Toastmasters. Those were the senior Toastmasters. Everyone was doing great. At the moment, when the table topics master called me to speak on a topic, well, I did it well because it was the first attempt. Then I went back to my home and I realized that, yes, Salman, the wait is over now. You have got the great platform to excel, to move forward with your dream to become a speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, I waited for that moment, and the moment came to me through my friend. And today, I'm speaking in front of you, beautiful people, beautiful, amazing colleagues, about the table topic. So this is the impact that I joined Toastmasters. The wait is over, and I'm enjoying my journey with Toastmasters. Thank you so much. Over to you, DTM Salman.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Salman. And we can all see how beautifully you speak. I've always loved the way you speak. And it is encouraging to see that someone as big as you also has to go through a journey of self-discovery before getting through. Now we will move on to the second topic. And for the second topic, I would like to call our newest member who just became a member today, Toastmaster Bilal. We had two Bilals in the meeting and two Ranas.
I'm the junior Bilal.
Yeah. So, Toastmaster Bilal, your topic is just do it.
Okay, Assalamu alaikum everyone. My topic is just do it.
Yeah.
So when I hear the idiom just do it, the first thing that comes to my mind is the brand, is the American brand Nike. That's their slogan, just do it. And talking about Nike, the most recent news about Nike was about their new CEO. So the new, I don't remember his name, but Nike has appointed their new CEO. His journey, there was a very viral screenshot of his LinkedIn profile. In 1976 or 1978, he entered the company Nike as an intern. And he started his journey as an intern, a sales manager, and going on, after 30 to 40 years, he has now become the CEO of Nike. So that was a very nice thing to see. And another thing about the idiom to do it would be to just rely on your instinct, and whatever you feel like is the best, you should go for it. So yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Bilal, for that interesting perspective. I really love the way you took the theme literally and used it to actually convey your knowledge about the slogan itself and Nike. So I absolutely love this approach. Our next speaker is someone who is well known far and wide for his mastery of fireworks. Toastmaster Faisal. As we all know, at Karachi Toastmasters, we like to interrupt people when they're having meetings. Yeah. God knows I've been facing that for years, so now it's my revenge. So, Toastmaster Faisal, your topic is slow and steady wins the race. Slow and steady wins the race.
Thank you, Mr. Deputy Master. You know, this world is all about confusing. When I was a child, they all used to say, you need to hurry up. Come on, wake up, go to school. When you get your homework, do your homework. Do as fast as possible. And then play. As you grow older, you start reading books, you meet people. What does the message become? Take your time. Be analytical. Don't rush into marriage. Take your time. Some of you are regretting already, I can say. And then you say, okay, I need to take my time. But then you start looking up to the people who are successful. I want to become that man. Elon Musk, for example, okay? Who doesn't aspire to be as wealthy as him? What does he say? Fail fast. Action pronto. Fail fast. That's all contradictory messages we get every day. So what should we do? What should we do? Take our time or act fast? Slow and steady wins the race, or he just says, what is it? So we need to find our own motto. Just forget all the advices. Whatever works for you. For me, after all those years, what I've found works for me is action pronto. Just do it. It's gonna be wrong, it's gonna be wrong. Even if it's a high risk game, if I feel like it, just do it. So what? You're gonna fail, you're gonna wake up, you might lose everything, but as long as you are skilled enough, confident enough, and determined enough, you will win. So I think, in summary, I probably don't agree with this. Slow and steady wins the race. Action pronto wins the race. Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you for also seconding my life philosophy, which is jump first and think later. And yeah, slow and steady indeed wins the race, but only in fairy tales. So after that, an interesting aspect of disagreeing with these topics, because that's also something we can do. A very good point illustrated. My next topic will be for Toastmaster Rifat. Please come on the stage. Toastmaster Rifat, your topic is haste makes waste. Haste makes waste.
It is my pleasure and honor that to share my experiences with the prudent topic which is given to me. Haste is waste. Haste is waste.
Haste makes waste.
Because in haste, we didn't or we are not in a position to understand what other wants. With wants for us, it is better that we must understand the other in calm and quiet way and show our decision or show our reflection in a prudent way. Because in a haste way, we are not in a position to understand what we are doing and what will be the consequences of it. In my professional life, I come across with the number of cases which were only happened or which were only due to the misunderstanding and unprudent behavior between the spouses. And the unfortunate part of it is that these are increasing day by day because everyone is in haste and don't want to listen the other. Though it is very essential for all of us that we must listen, all of us, because when we listen other, he will pay respect, which is core value of the life. Over to David.
Thank you for that wonderful reflection, and also as a bonus, interrupting my team. Next, we will have Toastmasters App. Your topic is the best time to act is now. The best time to act is now. For example, renewals.
Thank you, David Topic Master. I think in the life, when you get a situation, there are pros and cons. And when you analyze those situations, there are two ways might be going and the middle path. So sometimes you take the road which are having the struggle and those which are having the bumps and the life is smooth. You don't know what is coming up to in the future, and the unexpected comes to you very unknowingly, and you don't expect those things. So I think when you act now, you are doing it, whatever comes in your way, you will be reaching those goals and you are having those goals in front of you. Because it's coming closer to you because you are not seeing those hurdles as obstacles. But to reach those goals, you have to act now. If you're thinking and you're thinking of those hurdles, you are not acting on those. Your action comes first and then you stay on the same path where you are. Thank you, tabletop.
Very good. Thank you so much, Toastmasters. I must admire the way you concluded when you saw green. It was totally smooth, but neatly done. So our next speaker will be our guest. Sir, sorry, I forgot you. Irfan. Yes, Irfan, please come. Thank you. Irfan sir, your topic is early bird gets the bird. Early bird gets the bird.
It's a very simple thing nowadays that whenever we are willing to get something, so we should decide early. If we are thinking about that, and this is my third time in Toastmaster. I'm just thinking either I have to get membership, either I have to go for something more good options for that. But I'm following Tala since last 2-3 years. I'm just in WhatsApp group and also following Toastmaster Twitter. So I think this is my time to get benefit from Toastmaster. And I just want to say that I'm not early bird, but I can say that for my life, this is the time for to get benefit from Toastmaster and consider myself as the early bird because I don't know how much time I left for the activity. And other thing, early bird does not only get the benefit of everything, but early bird also get the time to interact with new things on that now. If we are following anything on we are following any project on that, so we should adopt all the things which we think can be beneficial for our next line of action or next project. So, is the time is the early bird, or we can say it's the right time which we should adopt new things. So go for it and get benefit from.
Thank you so much. So our second fan of the meeting also spoke. And yes, early bird indeed gets the worm. That's true. But what about the worm? It gets eaten because of being early. So think about that. Our last speaker for today will be Toastmaster Karachi. Your topic is a famous quote by a race car driver. If everything is under control, you're not going fast enough. If everything's under control, you're not going fast enough. Feel free to disagree. Yeah.
What a difficult topic you have given me. I think this was selected just for me because I'm like that person. Everything is under control. You're not going fast enough. I don't think that. I think everything is under control, under divine, because no matter how hard you try, no matter how much efforts you put, it is the immediate, it is what the divine decides for us. We can put our efforts, we can put our tries, we can try our best, but again, it's up to the fate and the destiny. So I would disagree with you on that table topic, Master, because under control, I don't think so. We try and try and try and we fail. We get disappointed also. But then again, it is what divine has chosen for us and we have to accept it. So it is what it is. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Fiza. You contradicted your table topics because you were in such a hurry to end it. But you touched 50 seconds, so it's all okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we saw, there was a different set of adages, idioms, and sayings advocating something completely different. And what does that teach us? Let idioms and adages not be your guide. Because everyone has their own universe. They have their own history, their own future. And while we can seek guidance by looking at idioms and other people's life, because after all, that's the source of idioms, right? But we should not ever think that those are the only ways to live. Our mind should be open. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Topic Master, distinguished Toastmaster Talab and Hamid. While I was engaged in this table topics, every time, every topic touched each and every one individually. I believe we have all lived with these things. But there is one of my favorite idioms which we say, time and tide does not wait for anyone. Just respect that time. Because time, whoever values that time in hand, the life is all theirs. No matter you fail, you win, you give your best. This is what I feel. Thank you very much. I believe everyone is qualified.
Yes, vote has been floated.
The vote has been floated. You can vote for your best table topic speaker. Without further ado, let us invite our immediate past club president, immediate past Toastmaster Hiba Raisa. He will be conducting as a general evaluative session.
Fellow Toastmasters and guests. General evaluation is the third part of any Toastmaster session. It is a very crucial portion of the entire session, and it is divided into three parts. The first is the preparatory session, the second is the table topic evaluation, and the third will be the report from the facilitators. So moving on. The first speaker was TM Asghar. I called upon his evaluator, TM Majid Akhtar.
So, where was it?
Yeah, you are perfectly
all right.
Yeah. Yes, you're good.
Right. So, Toastmaster Asghar. Well, as a little strict evaluator today, because you are a seasoned Toastmaster, there are two perspectives for your evaluation today. First perspective, the project requirements. As far as the project requirements are concerned, you have very successfully completed the project requirement. It required you to set up a role play with question and answers, and you successfully did that. There were questions phrased, and there were nice answers to those questions. So this was very nicely done. Now, I shall be gradually moving towards the second angle to the evaluation. Because the kind of benchmark you have set in our minds for yourself is a little higher than the performance which was today. So the project required you to show the sense of humor. So in my perspective, if there was ever any glosary in terms of use of sense of humor ever joined Toastmasters, and there is no second name in my mind but of yours. So there is a very high benchmark in my head whenever there is any analysis to be performed that who is the best person who makes the best use of sense of humor. So there were like 4 questions today. First one was, what is the difference between public and private sector? I must say that was very nicely dealt. There was a very nice use of humor in that. For public sector, you did make use of Thana in Pakistan, and hospitals in Pakistan, and Jinnah Hospital in Pakistan, that how those public sector entities are kind of humorous. Funny, because these are the kind of institutes which are supposed to be serious, but when you make use of their names, funny things come into your mind. Thana, you don't get kind of service which you expect from Thana. Jinnah Hospital, you don't get the kind of service you expect from Jinnah Hospital. So it was a good use of humor there. Then for private sector, you make use of banks, which is nicely done. Then there was another question that which sector is having better services. Then you pulled DTM Shahruk's name and you said public sector is not that good because DTM Shahrukh is not that good. So that's also a little nicely done. So, but the remaining two questions were answered, and those questions were answered in a little serious manner. So my time is getting over. I want you to explain a little bit more. Overall, an amazing speech. You have successfully completed your project requirement, but like I said, you have set very high benchmark in our head for you. So if the TM Asghar whom we know and TM Asghar who presented today was needed little improvement. Overall, successfully done. Congratulations. The general evaluation.
Moving on to the second speaker, that was TM Sahib Iqbal. So I called upon his evaluator, TM Latif Mansoor Ali.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Toastmaster Shahzad Iqbal taught us a value of understanding the why. First and foremost, I love the way the speech was delivered. He was completely calm, composed, with enthusiasm. His voice clarity, the audience awareness of the topic, and his expressions were second to none. While I was listening to the speech, and he was making us thinking about the people who we are involved of not having marriage, getting an interaction of the audience, and lately and smartly, as we fall, or he falls us, brings us to the message of why we are doing this. What is happening with us when someone else's life we don't think was amazing. Now, there were a few things which I feel that has to have in every speaker's speech, which is an improvement points. This will make him, or in my point of view, a little better speech. The start of the speech, I feel, should have something with his own experience. Like, for example, when he entered the house, the kids were playing and his foot was touched to a toy and he got hurt and he got angry on the kid. That would have started the speech with a purpose of why we get angry. Simultaneously, when he went towards the area where he mentioned about the stage, about the movement of the car, which the splash, and the office atmosphere, I feel all three stories would have then connected to the situation of understanding the why. Last but not the least, which I love the most, was the message thoroughly explained to each and every one. I just would love to summarize with the voice quality you have, the messages you have brought for the audience awareness, the speech craft, the expression which was little bit harmless because we did not move towards the way, a little bit of voice modulation when you said, "Can't you see, you blind man?" would have made it picture perfect for the speech and the audience to understand. Love the way, call of action, the end of the speech, the way we see the world is important. Thank you very much.
The third speaker was TM Karim Meghani, and I call upon his evaluator, TM Mohammed Bilal.
Yes. Yeah. Dear fellow Toastmasters, August 2022, where Toastmaster Dream started his journey. That was amazing. The way he instantly uttered the date, that shows there is something that the story is going to be great. To know about Kareem. That was a great start, and how beautifully he incorporated, he was grateful to the mentors. That was wonderful. And instantly he inculcate the journey, the reflection, the learnings he learned during his pathway. The first reflection that during the journey after December, he felt that it's not about just winning. I should reflect for what I am doing, for what I'm working with Toastmaster, and for what learning I'm here. So he shared his journey, the learning that was great. And he learn that it's not about just winning the contest, it's about justifying the speech, enjoying the speech. And he also shared that it's not about our learning, it's about learn and share with the society we are living. That was a great reflection, and I was relating to this, that how can we contribute into our society the learning that we learn. And instantly he lead by example, that I'm gonna start another pathway. That was a great thing to relate, lead with example. That was great. However, there are few things he could work on to make this speech even excellent for the future speeches as well. The one thing, because he could have worked on that, that rather working on a close hand gesture, he could have worked on an open, because this is a power gesture of hand gesture from the belly button, between the belly button and the head. This is the power area where we can use our hand gesture. And as was so good in content, he could have has a great impact by his hand gesture. Number second is play with the camera. When you are virtual, there is a great opportunity to connect with the audience, with their hearts. With playing with the camera is a wonderful thing. That can have a great impact on your speech. And the last but not the least, call to action. It was a great journey and reflection he showed with us, the great learning. However, he could have given a call to action. This is the learning that I had. Now think about yourself. What have you learned so far? And with this journey, now these are the learning. How can you implement by completing your part? So overall, it was a great speech. However, you can work on 3 areas: camera and gesture and the call to action. Thank you very much.
It's time for the fourth speaker, that is Vivian Irfan Faruqi. I call upon his evaluator, DTM Jaipal.
Today, distinguished Toastmaster Irfan Faruqi has delivered a speech of level 1, and his speech has a powerful message, and that has elevated his speech multiple times. The speech was structured, had an opening, body of the speech, and conclusion, and he was repeating his favorite lines of the speech, which was the message of the speech, which is also important when we are communicating with the people. People used to forget what is the message. So it was beautifully done, and the personal story of his childhood, then when he was meeting his cousin, his parents, everyone was trying to give them their shoes, and he has to walk in their shoes, and how it fared. And in the end, as in every good movie or story, wins, he realized that he needs to change, and he has to wear his own shoes like he used to wear his own clothes. So it was powerful story, powerful personal story, powerful message, and a structured speech. But as he is distinguished Toastmasters and he is moving ahead with more paths, now I would like to point out a few things he needs to work on if he wants. Number one thing is, as a storyteller, we need to just start the story. You don't have to say that I'm sorry why I'm sitting. You don't have to say, I think he has been frightened that I'm the evaluator. I will point out why you are standing, why aren't you standing? So he apologized. You don't have to apologize. We need to apologize for misjudging you. So the story should start that once upon a time, or when I was 4 years old, my father came in and I tried to wear his shoes and tried to walk on, and I fell down. This could have grabbed the attention or something else. he can come up. So story should start whenever you come on stage, you don't have to say that your story. And drama is the part of the story. Message is strong, so content is strong. So if delivery is also strong, what if he had different size of shoes, and he has shown them that I was given this shoe and this shoe and this shoe, it could have more impact. All in all, he's a distinguished Toastmaster. Powerful speech, powerful message, personal story, just a little bit use of prompt and start right away.
Everyone vote for the best evaluator. Poll coming up.
For fellow Toastmasters, secondly, we will have the table topic evaluation. And the table topic evaluator is TM Asghar.
Yes.
Is he on?
Yes, yes.
Am I table topic evaluator?
Yes, yes, you are, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Journal Evaluator. Our first speaker was Salman Hussain. Salman Hussain has talked about good things comes to those who wait. What I like is salutation and the way he started the speech confidently as experience as Toastmaster was in fact speaking. He said the life is full of ups and downs, and then he started his personal story, how to recover, how he recovered, and then his advice of joining Toastmaster Club, the way he joined it in Islamabad, and then the amazing experience he described it. I wish he could refer the saying again and connect it somehow, how the good things comes to those who wait, and integrate it in a story. I think this is one thing that I found he should have done it to make this whole conversation more effective than it is already. The second speaker was Toastmaster Bilal. Yes, he himself called himself Junior Bilal. So the moment he called himself Junior, the confidence was there, and he thought that I, in fact, dragged everyone into himself, and we were all attentive. And I think that is a good thing. Just do it, he said, and he immediately entered into the Nike, his slogan, and then he started to talk about the character in 1976 and how he became the sales manager and then CEO. He spoke well. I think he should have taken more time than he spoke around just 1 minute, and I was waiting for him to take his allotted time. He was speaking well. We want to speak him again, and we are waiting for him to speak with us. TM Fahim Razak, slow and steady wins the race, confronted the wisdom of this saying, and with clear, precise example from his practical life, his school life, homework, and then when went to the opposite spectrum and talked about taking your time, don't rush, and etc. The way the combined the both school of thought, the both perspective, and describe this saying was really beautiful. What I always like in him in his fluency, his confidence, his hand gestures while he is on the stage. The next TM Refat talked about east to west. He advised us not to do east, not to be in the east, and he referred one of his case where, but in fact, many cases where couples are very much vulnerable to confront each other on a very small thing because they don't take they do not delay their decision, and delaying decision is one of the factor that able us to take a better decision. And when we do something in haste, there is a greater chance of doing something wrong. And that is something that I'm taking from this meeting, and I will practically will practically follow this good advice. And again, I think she did not take time. She should not take her full time, and I was expecting him to complete her to complete his whole time. The next was TM Zohra. TM Zohra talked about the best time to act is now. One of the things I noted is she was talking like an experienced Toastmaster, but she has never been a Toastmaster with us. I mean, we have seen Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali. I have seen her, I think, some 2.5 years ago in Karachi when they visited there last time, and then I haven't seen her speaking. But it's good to see her to speak like a Toastmaster. You know, the way she discussed pros and cons in life, and sometimes she mentioned how we struggle sometime, and sometimes life is tough, sometimes life is smooth. And then he also talked about the goal, the possible complications, and above all the obstruction, above all the barriers and the in her life. I hope she was not mentioning Latif Mansoor Ali when she talked about the complications and barriers in her life. Overall, it's good to see her over here after a long time. It's good to see the whole family. In fact, I hope Latif is there and waiting for me to meet him next week. Next, our guest Irfan. Irfan talked about early birds gets. One of the good thing I like in our guest, he was more confident than I am usually in front of a stage, and I thought he might be coming from another Toastmaster club, but he himself called the DTM Talav and called him guest. It was really surprised to see him talking so confidently, and he talked about the early birds, and he talked about be on time, but then he refused to call himself early birds. Um, Although he put early birds because they are the people who usually complete their work on time. His confidence, his eye contact, his state crafting is wonderful. Please don't tell me that he's a guest. I think he's a Toastmaster. People are keeping me in dark due to the reason best known to them. The last one, TM Feza. TM Feza, if everything is inserted, you are not going fast. Well, TM Feza disagreed. TM Feza talked um, about the divine intervention, and TM Feza refused to believe that life is as systematic as we are taking it. Yes, she mentioned the struggle, trying best, but she also believed on luck, which can intervene at any time. What I liked it, the way she concluded, what is it? It is what it is. The way she captured the essence of his whole speech. Um, and yes, this is the end of the speakers. I hope nobody is remained to be evaluated. Over to you, Toastmaster Journal Evaluator.
Moving on, lastly, I will be calling the facilitators for the report. The first is the grammarian, TM Selahan.
As a grammarian for today's meeting, my role was to note down the grammar mistake, pronunciation, and some communication, overall communication effectiveness. I'm pleased to report there were no significant grammatical error, which I have noticed. The speakers utilized proper sentence structure and got choices as well. Today's meeting showcased excellent use of language and effective communication skills. I commend all the speakers because you have showed the great effort and give the good impact for the future present people who will be coming for the presentation. And some of the appealing sentences, statements which I have noticed in this, why behind this circumstances. And I mean, because there is always a why behind all the circumstances. That was appealing statement and the part of the speech. And difficult task would to choose vanilla or the chocolate in the childhood. That was really an impressive one. And recalled my childhood as well, and how to avoid homework. That was also. And jump first, then think next, or think second. Jump first, think second. That was the correct
Think
one.
later, yeah.
Yeah. And everyone has their own universe. Our mind should be open, accept it, and to go and move on. And just do it was one of the feelings statement. And time and tide, wait for none. That was the most appealing one. Thank you so much.
The second was the timer. So I call upon you.
No need, because it has been conveyed through the poll.
Okay. The third is the listener. So TM Shahzad with Park, can you have your report?
No, actually, it's written as TM Shahzad, but actually it was done by Toastmaster Imran Rana, and it will be delivered by me because he had to leave. So, welcome to JTC Toastmaster. So, consider, please, while I am standing here, imagine that it is Toastmaster Imran Rana. Okay. Sorry? Okay. I don't know how to respond to that. Anyhow. All right. Who said it is what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who uses hiccups in speech? Yes. The lawyer speaks. Don't rush to marriage. Take your time.
Fahim.
Yeah.
Early bird gets time to do other things.
Yes.
No matter how hard you try, no matter how much effort you put. Slow and steady wins the race where? In
Meditation.
Perfect. What is the longest word in English language?
Smile.
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 Me smiles.
Smile.
Only smiles. SMILE.
One has to work obediently under the government sector. Yeah. Praying for her to get married to someone more handsome than me. Yes. Action prompto wins the race.
Fahim.
Yes. Over to you.
Last was the R counter.
Yes.
So I call upon TM R.
Yes, that's not Alpha.
Yes, so TM R. Can you have your report?
Toastmaster Alpha, are you there?
Yes. Assalamu alaikum. Could you please confirm I'm audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I'm happy to present our counter report. It was a wonderful opportunity for Toastmaster Fiza to conduct an interview with seasoned Toastmaster with clarity, even though she used in her first question. And the way Toastmaster answered all the questions without any filler of words was truly impressive. Second and third speakers, Toastmaster Shahzeb and Toastmaster Kareem, showed their mastery of the topic and confidence by not using any filler of words. Fourth speaker, I've listened to many of Toastmaster Irfan's speeches, and it's rare to find any filler of words reflecting his mastery and dedication to speaking. Let's move to table topic. Let me tell you, my internet disconnected when the table topic session started, and I was able to rejoin when Toastmaster Fahim was presenting his speech. Each table topic speaker, including Toastmaster Fahim, Toastmaster Rafat, Zara, and Fan Fiza, captivated the audience with their impressive clarity and confidence, speaking flawlessly without any filler of words. Moving forward to the evaluation session, Toastmaster Majid Akhtar's evaluation speech was so captivating that the arm movements went unnoticed. Toastmaster Latif and Toastmaster Bilal and third one Toastmasters Zahid also stood out using almost no filler words in their presentation. During the table topics evaluation, Toastmaster Azhar had a few arm movements, but his evaluation was still impressive. This is my report as an R counter for today. Thank you for giving me the opportunity, and thanks to all of you for making this session great. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Excellent.
Hello, Toastmasters. Now it's time for my part of the evaluation. Overall, the meeting has been quite smooth without any technical glitches or problems. That was also started on time, which was quite good. And the tea and biscuits were quite tasty.
Yeah, better than the BLS one.
Overall, it was quite a commendable effort by the ExCom in organizing the session. Thank you. Over to the Toastmaster of the evening.
Everyone, please vote for best facilitator.
Thank you, General Evaluator. I believe she might have got the signal that we have to evacuate the room, but I will not end without the conclusion. So my whole story, the whole message for this team is thoughtfully and wisely. Why I say this? Because of many reasons which I've already highlighted from the beginning till the end, but let us all strive to this. Let us make this practice. It's a continuous effort. If we make reflection to all our decisions, if we value our future with this moment, I believe we are going to see a different world, the living world intentionally, because we will be thoughtful and wise. Let us invite and hand over the charge to the president, who was the one person in the room when no one said, and now let's ask him to end the meeting also. Over to you.
Quickly, I'm just floating the poll for best Big Four. Please vote.
No need actually. That was fast on the day.
Best Big Four. Just a second. So,
but let me, can I take 1 minute?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so Kareem Meghani, engaging humor, who else are here, engaging humor, is not about laugh in every speech.
Yes.
It is, you don't have to make the audience laugh, but just a smile will make things work your way. I was in District 20 humorous contest, and I used a speech which I felt everyone will laugh, but I got a message that you have a very good sense of humor, not a speech which audience can make you laugh, and I lost that contest. Over to you, President. Oh, don't tell me I'll give another story.
No, it's all right.
Okay, then I won.
So while the results are being compiled, few comments for the guests. First of all, someone very special, very dear to us, very well known to us, Mr. Asman. Your comments about the week. Come to the stage.
Thank you, District Toastmasters, for the opportunity. I enjoyed today's meeting. I was fascinated by how well most speakers are. They all did their jobs and their roles very well, and there was no technical glitches, as the general evaluator said. The tea and biscuits were nice. The prepared speeches fascinated me because they're 10 to 12-minute speeches, and when you have a proper structure, it's not easy to deliver those speeches. And when I heard 4 or 5 separate speeches, and then along with that the table topics, I definitely got something to take back home with me, and I feel like that is the whole point of Toastmasters. So all in all, I enjoyed today's meeting. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Toastmaster Bilal. Yeah.
Karachi Toastmasters Club is a club where I was a wish to be here. That was one of my desire to see to have the taste of this club. It was great experience, even more than my expectation. The collaboration you have, the kind of network you have to each other, and especially the way technical things you are handling, that is very difficult. It needs teamwork and a structure, but that's amazing. It was a great experience with you guys, and hope to have other meetings with you as well. And thank you very much for.
Thank you for the Master Bilal. And of course, how can we forget our district director, ADM Bell?
I did a lot of fumble today, please forgive me. I'm gonna.
You will receive an email.
No, my trophy is with him.
So let's see what happens to talking about.
Keep it, but I need it for next year also. Sorry.
I don't want to spoil the early birds and do that. But the thing is, the culture we have in Karachi Toastmasters Club is amazing. And despite of the fact that we are in certainly a new venue, but the thing is we are growing. And this is what we need. I'm looking at the dashboard as well, but obviously you will take your time to renew, but renew is the first step. What we are expecting from the district that Karachi Toastmasters will lead in renewals, in making new classes, and you are doing it. Because it's not about reaching out to someone else and making a sales call. It is changing a life. So if you talk to someone and someone is coming to the Toastmasters, he's joining it, he's starting his journey, you're changing life. And you are not changing one life because that member will change a life of another person. So this is a great cause, and we all need to think in that manner. There were many Toastmasters. I have met many people that were not satisfied with their lives. They don't have their goals, their purpose. And when they are here, all their stress, even this house stress, for a shorter period, and then it come back. Oh, no issues. That's why we have weekly meeting here. So many people facing pressure. Their depression goes. So we publicly go to people and say that it's a communication skill, improve your leadership style, and it is way beyond that. So I request every member to be regular, to reach out to other people, convert guests into the members, and let's our journey go beyond the expectation to the present.
Thank you very much, Director. And yes, such a simple message, but it is very effective. If we are all regular, we'll have meetings like this more and more. And of course, our dashboard will improve as well. And not just the renewals, but the education awards. So I would like one more person to take the stage, and that is our guest.
Actually, I'm expecting to learn a lot of things from Toastmaster. Told you that I should be regular. So my plan, Toastmaster is just not a thing for networking, just to learn. I want to learn a lot of things because the way you speak, the way the service speech. So I'm a big fan of you now from today. So I have to learn a lot of things from here, and I wish I can be a good speaker in future from Toastmaster.
There's no rocket science to it. Keep coming to meetings.
Regular meetings.
Either speak or do a role. One of the two things. And you will improve way beyond your wildest expectation. Now it is time to adjourn the meeting. Thank you so much. My personal gratitude to Toastmaster Kareem for that beautiful speech. I feel like thanking him every time he speaks at Karachi Toastmasters Club. No offense to all the other members. Of
Yeah,
course.
I was also thinking to give speech after 6 months.
No. Okay, didn't say. It also means that I'm thoroughly grateful to all the other members as well. I've never hidden that fact. All of you who turned up today online or in person. So thank you so much. Another special thanks to Toastmaster Alpha, who participates from Sadakawal and does such an amazing job with everything he does. The only thing he doesn't do is speeches because she feels that she's not confident enough. And she has severe limitations with respect to participation and visibility. But we just witnessed her report today. We witnessed the bulletins that she makes. So a special thanks to her as well. And with that, witness a KTC meeting coming to an end in 2 hours. See you all next week. Thank you so much, Kareem. Thank you so much, Diti Irfan. And thank you so much, Toastmasters.
Bye-bye, guys.